What's up, guys? Techmaster back with another video. So the MacBook Pros for 2023 just came out. They have the M2 Pro and M2 Max chip. We also got a Mac Mini. For $600, you get the M2 chip in this Mac Mini. You can order it. They start 124 or January 24th. But look, this is crazy. You can get an M2 chip for $600. That's crazy though, because the old Mac Mini, the M1, was actually $100 more and it has an M1 chip. So this Mac Mini especially is a really good deal. Yeah, but yeah, these new MacBook Pros are really good. They are obviously very expensive. I mean, $2,000 to start, that's pretty expensive when you could just get an M2 MacBook Pro. But let's be real, I do not buy the M2 MacBook Pro. It's terrible. It has the old design. It Yeah, everything about it is worse than, and it's all like, look, if you just pay an extra $500, you get way better specs. You get much more GPU cores, more RAM. Like I'm saying, it's much better in many ways, just for only $500. Like honestly, what I'm trying to say is this is a waste of money. The M2 MacBook Pro, even the Air has the redesign. Like who would buy a MacBook Pro that's more expensive that has and doesn't and it looks is exactly the same as the previous one? Like that makes no sense. That's just my advice. Do not buy the M2 MacBook Pro. But anyway, getting back to these ones. So the new upgrades are we get a little bit better CPU and GPU cores. Sorry everyone. Jeez. But yeah, so the old ones you can still buy refurbished that for actually $1,500. Oh, and by the way, actually before I get into this, I'm gonna just show you. You can get a MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip with much better specs for basically the same price as look, let me find one because there was one that was 1,500, or maybe it's a little bit more, but yeah, 15. Hold on, no, that's not it. But anyway, I did see one. I'll have to. Yeah, this one. So 8-core CPU, 14-core GPU, the same price as that MacBook Pro M2. So it makes so much more sense to buy that one. I mean, way more sense than the M2 version. Anyway, let's get to the right topic. So the big upgrades are we get the M2 Max chip, which provides actually okay. So the big differences are we have a 12-core CPU, a 38-core GPU. So we go from 10 cores to 12 cores. Not big of a difference. We do get a bigger increase in GPU cores. We go from 32 to 38. Not too much of a difference. But the big update is the RAM. We get 96 gigabytes of RAM, which is actually insane. No one really needs it, but if you really do all that stuff, then that's a 32 gigabytes upgraded. So before it only had up to 64. So the biggest upgrade is the RAM difference. We got 32 extra gigabytes. That's a big upgrade compared to the previous one. We also get 8 terabytes if you need that, and then Final Cut Pro, all that stuff. But yeah, this is actually a really good computer. I mean, even if you just buy the base model, it's still really good. I mean, you get a 16-core GPU. Like if you just get this is the anyway, regardless, even if you just get the base one, it's still 16-core GPU, 512 SSD, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 10-core CPU. Like compared to like all the other MacBooks, even the M1, like this one, it's definitely more expensive, but like you're getting much more GPU cores and everything. And again, compared to like the M2, it's only $500 more, and you're getting a much better. Again, for you only get up to a 10-core GPU compared to a 16-core and a 10-core CPU. But I'm saying the M2 just is ass, so you don't want to buy that one because it's not good. But anyway, this one is starting on 24. We got the 16-inch also that has the M2 Max chip. So that one's very expensive, but yeah, again, and one thing to keep in mind, if you get the spec'd out version, that's the only way you can get the 96 gigabytes of RAM. So it'll say on here too, but as you can see, 96 gigabyte option is only available on the M2 Max with 38-core GPU. So only this one has the 96 gigabytes of RAM if you need that. So keep in mind, it will be pretty expensive. You can't get the base model with 96 gigabytes of RAM. You have to get, it's only available on the M2 Max and not the base model M2 Max. You got to get yeah. I mean, it's pretty expensive. But yeah, anyway, guys, regardless if you can get these laptops, these are really good. Like they are. If you if you have the old ones, definitely don't upgrade. That's not a good upgrade. Like, let's be real. Those computers were like next level when they first came out, and they still are to this day. Like those M1 Pro and M1 Max MacBook Pros. But if you have any older computer, and to be honest, if you even if you have an M1 MacBook Air, the performance will be much better on these MacBook Pros. Like the M1 chip, sure it's really powerful, but it only has up to a 7-core GPU. So even if you just get the base model, like if you compare the differences in specs, like this has a 38 core GPU and 96 gigabytes of RAM. The thing with the M1 chip, the standard M1 chip, it only gets up to 16 gigs of RAM, which is, yeah, sure, it's good, but it's not like insane. So anyway, like if you oh yeah, and then this Mac Mini I would definitely recommend if you just want it to attach to a display, because it's literally $600 and you get better specs than an M1 chip for literally like less than the M1 chip. So I think the reason they did this was because they're I think it's because the M2 chip is a little slower, so they're kind of cutting cost because they put the M2 Pro oh yeah, and then you get 256 SSD too. But yeah, they're cutting the cost of the M2 chip. So because the M2 Pro on this one is $12.99, which by the way is actually, this might actually be even better because yeah, I think it might be better to be honest than the, because literally $12.99, because keep in mind, remember the MacBooks start at, they're $700 more. So keep in mind, if you just want this to attach to a display, it's gonna be next level. M2 Pro chip, that's pretty good for. But anyway, if you just want the standard M2, that's gonna be really fast too. But yeah, 19. Let's see how much this one is. Oh yeah, and then the 19 core GPU one. Wow, this is really good actually. One. Oh my God, you can get what the hell? You can get 8 terabytes on this. Oh my God. I did not actually expect you could get 8 terabytes on this. Let me see, actually. I wish I could check out the M1 Mac Mini because, like, actually, let's see. Actually, I might be able to compare. Sorry, everyone. I'm just doing some business here, but okay. Where's the M1 Mac Mini? Let's see. Let me compare these. Mac Mini or iMac M1. No. Hold on. Mac Mini M1 2020. Then let's compare it to the new one. Mac Mini, those ones, let's see. Holy crap, we get like 4 times the storage on this one, I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, this new Mac Mini is actually really good. I would say it's probably better because it's less and yeah. But obviously if you can find the old one for even less than this new one, then it's probably a better deal. But sorry, wrong thing. But yeah, anyway, that pretty much sums up this video. But yeah, I would definitely recommend these laptops by all means if you can afford them. But yeah, these are really good. Like M2 Max is really good. I mean, seriously, like, and by the way, they just released these this week, so yeah. Anyway, that pretty much sums up this video. I'm definitely gonna make another video in a sec, but yeah, see you later.